welcome to episode 15.
Yes, welcome. And happy Valentine's week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
A lot's happened this week.
Oh, it's been very cold this week. Masks are great when it's really cold out. Wear your mask.
Don't go out.
And don't go out.
Don't go out when you live in the South and you have a polar vortex land on you for a week.
You know, I think in some past episodes I was saying how we don't ever really get to wear the wool things that you knit for us. That's not what happened this week. These gloves that you've made for me, I have been wearing these constantly.
Excellent.
These I've worn outside when we've gone out for the little bit we have gone out.
You wear those a lot anyway, most years.
Yeah, because with the fingers, it just keeps my hands warm, and I can still text and I can still drive and things like that. But these right here that you made for me, the very first, and I still think they're just really comfortable. I like the pearl.
Oh yeah, just a pearl bump forming diamonds. It's a little hard to see. Yeah, you can see it.
You can see it there.
Yep.
I really like these, and I wear them in the office, sometimes in the summertime, because they'll keep the air conditioning on super chill in the summer when I used to work in an office. But here lately, like this week, it's been nice having them for when I've been working in the kitchen, because it is just so hard to get that kitchen warm.
Yeah.
Especially this week.
So we are in Dallas. A lot of you know we've actually had quite a few new subscribers. So thank you, Chip and Aaron at Fiber Hustle, because your mention really brought a lot of new people. So welcome new subscribers.
And so did Ray and Kevin mention us on
recently
on Needles at the Ready.
Needles at the Ready, yeah.
Yep. And then
Curly Seams.
Curly Seams, thank you.
Tracy and Emma.
Tracy and Emma also mentioned us. So thank you. Thank you to all of you guys, all of y'all. And thank you to all our new subscribers. And here we are. We're finally back. It's been way too long. I think our last episode was on New Year's Day, and now here it is, Valentine's week.
So, I'm not going to get into the politics, but on the bare surface, we had an insurrection about 5 days later, it
was.
Yeah.
And so, that just kind of has been...
that was shocking. It was almost like a 9/11, like you can't believe. And then the police didn't come. Well, I mean, there were the Capitol Police.
It was just all that.
It was just...
And then it's just been on the TV, and you've been now sitting in the living room here while I've been in the kitchen, and I've been listening to the TV while I'm working, and it's just been one thing after another. And so...
Oh, my.
And that shouldn't be affecting us, but somehow we've let it, and so...
I've been knitting up a storm.
You've been knitting up a storm. Yes, here's two things you finished, and you're almost finished with another. I guess you'll show us in a little bit.
But we were in the middle of the area. We were affected by this freeze.
Yes.
We weren't the worst affected, and we found a way to stay warm. Our power was going off
and on. So at least we never had like 2 or 3 or more days in a row of no power. We would just have a couple of hours on and about 5 or 7 hours off, and then maybe 4 hours on, and then a number of 5 hours off. It was just like...
It would come unexpectedly. So we had
sometimes like at 11 o'clock at night, and all of a sudden we'd go like, oh, all the lights are on. We'd get up in the middle of the night and go turn all the lights off. And
well, we had it off. It had shut off on us at dark or right after dark. So when the lights went off, we had to go to bed, basically.
It's 6 o'clock at night because it was dark.
That meant our heat went off, and it was going to get cold pretty quickly. We did, against common sense against what's
Yeah.
really safe.
course,
We used
just
our gas burners
on the
because
stove.
it,
We
it
did.
that's right below us in an upstairs room, so we at least had a room that could get to about 70. It took a while.
Yeah.
But we
We do have smoke detectors with the carbon monoxide detectors. And we also have a down comforter that your mom had sent us from Oregon about 20 years ago, and we hardly ever need it.
yeah,
But it sure was nice this
it's
week.
perfect. Yeah, it
was,
breathes
yes.
well. It's not too Stormy likes to get under that and sleep and but
We'll be packing that back up this weekend because we're not going to need it again for God knows how long.
so today was the first day that it went above freezing.
Yes.
And we did have a busted pipe. Our washing machine, our clothes washer, we don't know if it's survived. It was gushing water.
The outside water faucet broke.
Yeah.
And it was spewing water into the entry foyer. And you
I
just
was
happened to be
sitting.
sitting right
I was
here.
sitting right here, about 8 feet away, and I thought, it sounds like there's sleet or something, some hard little things hitting the glass out windows, and all of us. So I went over to look out the front door, and then I could see there was a stream, just like a finger of water spurting across, hitting the outlet where
The
I had our
electric
two
plate.
space heaters in, because we had
on the
had,
opposite wall.
it was freezing. My studio, the heat had gone out. A gas heater had gone out, so it was getting down to about 37. It was only
in your studio.
staying a few degrees warmer than outside, so I scrambled to get someone over here and fix the heater. And friend of a friend, thank you, Ryan. And my heater at least worked and kept it into the 40s or so. But I also had a space heater, I think they're called a parabolic. I think it's parabolic. It's shaped that way in the back, which projects all the heat forward. And it really makes a difference. You can be 8 feet away from it, but if you're in its cone of influence, you're feeling the heat, and it's nice. So I have one of those facing towards James, the feral cat at the kennel. So the air was about 40 or so, but then I also had that parabolic heater on James, and I had a thermostat or a thermometer up there, and he was 65 to 72 depending.
Yeah.
So I knew he was okay
When the power was on.
when the power was on, but then it would go out and it would shut off at night and be out all night. And we were okay upstairs under the cover.
Yeah.
But I knew James, it got so cold that he stopped coming in because it was single digits. I mean, it got down to Fahrenheit -1, and it got down to -16.
Yeah, it
Wind
did.
chill.
It just never does here. It might get to freezing, like we've said before, a day, maybe usually just a couple of hours, and then it gets back out of freezing. But it just never gets down below 0 Fahrenheit and then stay there. So
Yeah.
anyway, the water broke on Thursday while it was still freezing outside.
Luckily, I was right here, but
And
it
you
was
caught
hitting
it.
that outlet, which freaked me out. And I, momentarily panicked, and then got the neighbor to help, and he's very, very handy. Thank
And
you,
you used
Eric.
every towel in the house to clean it up.
Every towel is messed up now.
And so later, you had gone and thrown them in the bathtub, which is fine. And so later, I went
had to do something with
took
them.
them out of the bathtub, and I put them in the washing machine, and I was going to do them later in the day. And when that time later in the day came, I went up out to the laundry room to start it up, and the water was running. It was filling the tub. It was overflowing. I was like, I didn't turn a washing machine on. What's it doing? So I quickly shoved it somewhat out of the way so I could
Totally filled up washing machine.
reached
the full tank was filled up.
on and off faucets on the wall for the washing machine. I turned them off, and it was still coming out. And you called our neighbor Eric again, and he came over and he unplugged the machine, and it
I guess there's
quit
some kind
running.
of pump inside that might automatically kick on,
things
or
you
was
learn.
frozen open, perhaps. So now we're waiting for that area to thaw out.
Yeah, we'll look at it on Sunday when it's really stays above freezing for 24 hours, and we'll take a look at it.
Our laundry area it's not outside. But it's not in a sealed, insulated area.
It's not
just,
in a.
So
It's not in an HVAC room.
So that's what we're all anticipating. And some people are still without a power. We dealt with it for a few days, and the last night we finally had power yesterday, the whole day, but we didn't trust it. And I remember you cooking the night before. We knew it was going to go out, and we had gotten kind of traumatized each night. Something was undone. We couldn't figure out where we had left something, and so you cooked really fast, and I cleaned up really fast and put things away. It was almost like we were bracing for the
next power outage. You just don't know when it was going to happen. Some of our friends never lost power.
Yeah.
And then other friends in the city, like, didn't have, and in Houston too, like, went all week without power. And now there's a lot of people without water because the different municipalities, their water systems, main arteries broke, or they didn't have them winterized. And in Dallas they did have the pump stations heated well enough, and so we haven't lost power in water in Dallas, and we're not on a boil watch where we have to boil water. We can actually just
and why is
drink
that?
it.
Because Dallas County did something.
FEMA finally released some heaters, and they got into Dallas County water utilities.
So we protected our pumps, or whatever, the water treatment.
Right, and so we have good drinking water.
But a lot of our friends
That's all this
don't.
is water.
A lot of our friends don't. We know a lot of people in Houston still are without a power, and it's so life-threatening to be without. We were lucky that we could create a little warmth in an area, not in the safest way, but we had made it pretty safe.
We kept an eye on it too.
Yeah, I mean, that area was totally cleared out, and nothing could have gotten into the gas. But anyway,
Right.
it was kind of scary. It's not what we should have been doing, but in order to stay alive, unless you wanted to get down into the teens or something inside, which it was in some people's homes.
And we really appreciate all y'all sending us messages, check in on us. We really appreciate that. Because I know it's been on the news around the world, the other debacle with our local and state governments and how they've just let things go. And
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, we'll wait to see how that all lands. We know
see
that
how it all
deregulation did not,
lands.
I don't think, help. But Texas is unique and likes being unique. And here you go. We have a uniquely big Texas-sized storm.
Texas-sized storm with a Texas-sized mess.
Yeah.
Yes. To clean
So
up
we're
now.
kind of happy lately. We went out and had fast food.
For lunch today. Yay, because we could. The roads were clear. We had, like 3 inches. And I know for y'all in Chicago and upstate New York and Wisconsin, that's just no snow. But for us, it just shuts us down because we got no plows. We don't have sand trucks or salt trucks.
Lots of people have exposed pipes because our record had been 15 degrees, and we got down to -1. And then there's a wind chill, but we blew away our previous record. And when it did that before, it was just one night or a couple nights below freezing, and then it was back up to freezing. It was we broke record for the length of time, and so
and our friend Dan, brand new house, fabulous, huge house up in the northern suburbs, and He's got a tankless water heater.
Yep.
Never lost power, but and never lost water, and yet his hot water quit working. Well, it turns out he didn't nearly know where it was. Turns out it's mounted to the side of his house, to the side of his brick house, with the water going into it, and that's what froze. He was able to get it thawed out and start using it again without any disaster. But you know,
why would
things
they put
just
them on
are. Why? I guess because they think Texas is always 100 degrees.
Yeah. Well, the one, yeah, and the
why.
pipe that froze on ours made sense because and we have gotten down to the teens, like I said before, wind chills close to zero for short periods of time. But this just lasted
Hours,
so
usually.
long, and we've got this one vertical pipe on the outside wall for our patio garden faucet, and there's a shutoff valve right there, and I didn't know, and I was kind of panicking right at first because that was hitting the outlet, that water, and so there's two levers, and one of them actually shuts off the water, one of them just diverts it, and I diverted it, which seemed to shut it off. I saw that finger of water going down, and it didn't stop though, and then it started filling up.
He
from
was
the ground.
freaking out, and I was in the kitchen working.
Yeah,
And I heard all this, and I got up and checked on him, and I could see how frantic he was.
and
I was
like, get towels,
well,
get towels,
all right,
quick.
Here's some towels. I'm getting back to work.
No, get every
because
towel in the place.
Kind of looks like you got it covered, and there's not really enough room right there for both of us. So I'm just going to get back to work. While
Yeah.
I have electricity, I'm working.
He let me,
Deal with it.
yeah.
If I
freak
was in
out
the
and deal with
office,
it.
you'd be here dealing with it anyway. So, what are you going to do?
Okay, yeah. And then when the washer started gushing water,
I did move it. I turned off the things, and then I came and got you. And I said, "Here's another problem. Could you
by
take
the
care of
way,
this?"
the washer now is gushing water. So,
Yes.
so anyway,
We're
that's
fine,
that's
though. We're
what's gonna really
fine.
be the
That's the next disaster coming up. As this weekend, we're getting out of the freezing temperatures, and people's water pipes are going to start breaking, and they're going to start finding frozen people dead in their houses, which we saw in the news today. They'd already found
a man in his bed.
a man in his bed.
His
and
wife
his
was
wife
in a
was in the
chair
recliner, and
in critical
she's in critical condition, but he's gone. And
Yeah.
of course, you all saw the 133 car pileup on the Fort Worth Freeway last Thursday, where 6 people got killed.
They had been treating the roads. We had like
Yeah, but
600 vehicles
we don't have
ready to
adequate
treat.
stuff to treat.
We had
even.
quite a bit. They had a lot going on, and we didn't run into trouble.
Yeah, because we stayed home.
We stayed home. Yeah. I mean, we had
I
been
wasn't
staying
going
home.
out on the roads.
We'd been staying home the whole year, except you've seen our road trips. We've gotten used to going
Yeah.
to places, and
Yeah.
so we've kind of been off for a long time because we haven't been going out getting things. I bought a few things online. I've knitted some shawls.
I've been reading books when we've had sunlight,
Yeah.
when I couldn't work. We're
It
still
has
in a
been-
pandemic, y'all, so, wear your masks, stay home.
Is that your new mask?
This is my newest mask. Yeah, it's for Valentine's. I got this at DMH Fiber and Yarn because Heather's mom makes masks, and then Heather sells them at the store for her.
And we have a red truck.
I love red pickup trucks, especially the step side ones. So she knows that, and so she saved one back for me. And look, it's got puppies and it's got hearts on it. It's for Valentine's. So
Very cute.
DMH Fiber and Yarns, if y'all are in town, good masks, really good masks with adjustable earpieces, and then this nose piece built into it. So
Good knitting knowledge.
go check that
Probably
out.
other things too. I know they teach lots of classes.
Oh,
Tatting and
they're
crochet
getting
and
on to teaching
Probably
classes.
weaving. Who knows?
They've been closed this week. Yarn and You's been closed this week. All the LYSs have been closed this week. I've been seeing it on Instagram.
Well,
because
my galleries, Chris Worley Fine Arts is closed here. Yeah, this whole area has been affected, so I'm assuming people have heard about it, but...
yeah, now I'm hearing, we watched on the news this morning or last night even, people are making their way to the grocery store and they're cleaning them out. And the stores are out of inventory because the trucks can't travel on the roads, and then they don't have enough help in the stores. Even some...
I'm just getting so used to it.
130 Walmarts across Texas were just closed this week, which never happens.
Anytime
but
something
people couldn't get to work.
Anytime something impending is going to happen, the shelves get cleared out. Yeah. All of a sudden we're...
Yeah, but... Well, hey,
we're going to get lots of rain and
we're out
get
of
all
milk.
The toilet paper.
We've got toilet paper.
Flour.
We've got paper towels. We're out of milk. We're out of eggs. We're out of flour. We're out of tortillas. Oh, my God. We need to go to the grocery store. But as it is, I'm going to wait till like Sunday or Monday and hope by then the stores are stocked back up again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and deliveries haven't been coming. It's not just people getting everything. The deliveries have been shut down. And
yeah,
I did get a package in the mail today. FedEx is running again.
They were supposed to come earlier in the week, but they kept delaying it.
I was watching the tracking. It was coming from Amsterdam, right? I'm pretty sure this is Amsterdam.
Yeah, because it's from West Knits, isn't it?
Yeah. Stephen and Penelope, Netherlands, Amsterdam.
Just like our scarves here that we're wearing that you knit. The yarns came from them, and
woven chevrons. I don't think I'll talk about them too much. You've probably seen them. I'll keep moving it maybe a little bit.
And we have a clip to put in here from Valentine's Day where we wore them outside in the sun, in the snow, I mean.
Yeah. It's already been a week.
That was last Sunday. This is Friday the 19th. Yeah.
Anyway, you're hot.
I'm going to take it off now. This flannel shirt's pretty warm inside where our heat is working. Our house heat is working. So there's painted chevrons.
It's woven chevrons.
Woven chevrons.
Yes. And mine is painting bricks shawl.
There. I'll put that over there.
Using West Wall, and that's Life in the Long Grass yarn.
So I actually don't even need these here.
Okay.
So,
well, where do you want to start?
Well,
have we covered it all?
I think we've covered all of the
news of the day.
The news of the day,
or
the
month.
News since January the 1st. I'm just ready for a vacation.
I'm probably not going to edit much. I'll stick some music on. I really liked that music we used last time, and we got some good comments. And I'm not going to... I want to get an episode out there because it's been a while.
It's been a while. We don't want y'all to forget about us.
Yeah.
And so we just want to show y'all some of the things we've been working on.
We're still here. We survived. We are surviving.
Here, I'll go first with a finished project. I've only got one thing finished in this whole darn time, and it's not because we haven't had power, but, work has been real busy, and I've been working overtime again, too. So that's another reason why we haven't gotten around to filming, because I've been working till 6 or later at night. I start at 6:30 in the morning, and then I've been working till
you'd be sitting there in our kitchen dining room area is his office now, and so he was sitting there working for about an hour and a half, and then the power goes out, and he has the rest of the day. And one time it came back on, but one time you just had to blow off the whole day, and trying to get overtime when you can't. It's
when you
frustrating.
Can't even work. Yeah, but. Yeah, I've been back to work. So I did make one bag.
I love this one.
Since
show the other side too.
Oh yeah, the other side.
I like
these guys out camping, and then the inside has been just another. It's a blue fabric. Some birds flying around. I think those are birds. They're male birds, I think. Anyway, A story from
I'm not going to say it.
one of our last episodes where I showed a bag I'd finished, and one of my coworkers who's in Pennsylvania was watching, and her husband, I guess, is working at home like she is, and he just happened to be watching the episode while she had it on, and after she said it was like several hours later they were doing something, and he just said, out of the blue, he just said, "That was a lot of penis." And she just cracked up.
But he watched the whole hour show with her.
Right, and didn't say anything
He
while
doesn't
I was
knit.
showing my other bag.
Neither
before.
of them knit.
No, they
however.
don't knit, but she's a coworker. She works at the bank, but she is a painter, and actually her degree is in ceramics. So, but now she's a auditor at the bank. So anyway, we're friends, and she was watching from Pennsylvania.
This is a huge shawl.
This is a huge shawl. We have been staying warm
Wow.
this week. We definitely had things to stay warm with. I even wore my,
This
what's
really
the yellow and gray one you made for me?
the Rockefeller
The
shawl.
Rockefeller shawl,
But
yes.
wow, this really could work for two people
It really could.
sitting on a swing, getting romantic. Mm-hmm. Which it's been Valentine's. We didn't get those hearts that I made. I made those Hunter Hammersman
Oh,
or
right.
Hammerson.
You could pause.
Well, you know what? I'll insert.
Oh, yeah. Insert.
I'll insert a little video clip. So a
and
little
you gave
editing.
this to me on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I'll at least insert a picture. We'll see.
Yeah. And these are some new fabrics I have that I will be making bags. My goal is to make an inventory of bags this year so that when we have our open studio tour in November, the weekend before Thanksgiving, that hopefully we'll be able to do this year. Last year was the first year it hasn't happened, and since it started like 15 years ago.
For those of you that don't know, we kind of live in an art compound.
We live in an art compound. We live in a neighborhood that's known currently as an art neighborhood. So there's several neighborhoods around the city that have art walks where you can kind of walk between people's houses and actually kind of drive block to block and see people's houses where they have their studios in their houses or in their garages or in a studio they've built in the backyard. But here, ours is, we're in a warehouse, and that's what our neighbors are too, and
Artists.
with art studios. So this year I'm gonna have some project bags made up, and I'm gonna sell
perhaps
those.
little shopping size bags.
Yeah, and I've been making them all of like this design where it's just sort of a simple shopping bag kind of design. But Rusty gave me some more bag patterns for my birthday, and that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use those patterns and expand my knowledge and my talent and my skills. And
No, I can't expand.
so watch for those coming up, because I'll be showing them throughout the year as I get them made, and that's my goal. If I've said it to y'all, then now you can all help hold me to it. You got to have a goal. If you don't have a goal, how are you going to make a goal come true?
Wait,
I know.
you're messing that line up, aren't
I
you?
know. I am. South Pacific.
If you don't have a dream,
If you got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna make a dream come true? Yeah,
okay.
right.
We do listen to that every now and
Just
then.
water. I love South Pacific.
And my mom sang musicals, so I grew up listening to musicals.
So now we'll let you get on to we just saw a couple of your
Well,
finished objects since the last episode, though. I mean, I don't know
well,
that...
finished since the last episode, and I'm going to show this one in my nice, I don't know if this one has a name, another red truck.
I love the red trucks
I
and the
thought
guys that sell the red trucks. Yes.
I thought this was a really large
this
bag,
is the bag.
but it's good for...
It has all the penis. And
oh, yeah. So much penis.
okay. Poor Richard. I guess our...
Well, thank you, Richard, because
Right.
we've been enjoying it.
Yes, we have.
But I've been working.
I didn't mean to traumatize you, dude.
This is my first brioche, and these are all Stephen West, and
This is
I
gorgeous.
am loving this so much. It's made out of it's a yak. The yarn is.
Hold it up some more.
I'm going to. It's Ching. I'm trying to get the working yarn from being wrapped around so much. Oh, I got to make sure the cat doesn't discover the strings and start eating the string. I'm on the last bind off row. Finally.
This one's taken a long time. The chevron one was pretty quick for you.
Okay, well this is the last edge. This is the bottom edge, and I need to block it because this has kind of a scalloped.
It is
edge.
so fuzzy. It is so fuzzy.
It's okay. So Ching Fibers with a Q, and it's the blue is. It's got some yak in it, and I think silk, or it's got some really luxury things, and then the kind of it's kind of a grayish white with spots of blue. It's called melted. I should have prepared a little bit, and I thought I could get through it without preparing. Melted Surrey, 65 baby Surrey alpaca, 25% Southwest Merino.
Again.
Superwash Merino.
Superwash.
Except this time I meant to say it.
Yes.
10% silk. And it was it's so melted together in the skein that I really had to work at undoing it and turning it into a ball. But wow, this is and people that do brioche, I'm sure know this, but you knit each row twice, once with the main color and then once with the contrasting color. And so it really builds up a fluffier fabric. And I just love these lines. Here, let me hold up the top edge of it, if I can figure it out.
I love the lines and those holes.
Yeah. So this is called Seriously Holy. Yeah, it's almost like water droplets hitting and then spreading out, and you can see the... Here, could you hold like one end of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just love this so much. Okay. Yeah, and if you can look through it, it's just really
a lot of stitch markers here where I'm holding.
Yeah, counting where the changes are going to happen. Yeah. So anyway, I am on the last row, and it's a long one. The I-cord bind off. It'll probably take me a few more hours. I just finally gave up and knew I wasn't going to have it for the episode. So that is almost done. I'll probably be wearing that. I'll be sporting this one next week. But it's probably going to be in the 60s next week.
Exactly. We'll be back in our shorts and T-shirts again.
Right now, this feels really good. Okay.
It was nice to have the shawls, but, it's quarantine and the roads were iced over, so there was nowhere to go to show off this luxury clothing.
Yeah, they were advising us to stay home, and lots of people are still dealing with it. The flooding from the pipes bursting is just going to be a major deal. They're expecting this to surpass, was it Katrina or what? Like beyond $20 billion of damage they're estimating.
Yeah.
Really,
it's the whole state.
Yeah, and neighboring states. Texas is the worst because we have an independent grid from the rest of the U.S. We can't share power.
I thought you were going to say ignorant, but anyway,
we can't share power with neighboring states. There were deregulations going on, which allowed them not to winterize as much as they could have and then that's enough. It's just so insane what Texas likes to do its own thing, and it doesn't always work out.
It does not always work out. It doesn't work out for the people. It works great for the rich people.
But what did work out was FedEx.
Just saying. Finally, it came today.
Yeah, so it came from the Netherlands, and then it showed up in Memphis,
At
and
the
then
FedEx hub.
Then it made it to Fort Worth, which is just an hour. DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, we're kind of twin cities, neighboring cities, and then it's like it waited a day and it didn't show up, and then all of a sudden the next morning it was in Memphis, Tennessee again, and it took an extra day and scheduled it. So it's taken a few extra days, but it made it, and hopefully I can open this easily without on film. I was getting some.
Some of those scissors.
I know. I'm keeping my eye on them.
I'm not allowed to have scissors.
I wanted to get yarn for making something for your mom.
Oh, yes.
Plus, I need a certain
Because
size,
she can't wear wool.
and I need a certain size knitting needle to do my art, which I'm not really going to show. I've got a wood frame, and I've
We'll
got
get
some
there.
knitting going. But
Show that coming up. We're going to get back to doing these on a regular time schedule.
There's been so much going on.
It's just been a lot. It's been a lot. There's been more going on for us too that we just.
Oh, right.
It's easy right now to forget about a lot of it.
Okay, you can't see it all.
I can't see it.
Well, on screen yet.
No.
I can dramatically expose them.
It's not that I can't see it. It's that the
So
people can't
your
see
mom cannot have wool fabric.
it. Right.
Because she's very sensitive. And so I don't know if this will be satisfactory, but I bought this yarn, and it's Holst Garn. Holst Garn. And it's in, this feels so nice, 55% lamb's wool. But it's lamb's wool, and it's supposedly safe for people that have allergies. Because the baby wool, they don't have the scales on the fibers that cause people allergies.
Well, let's not tell her, and then let's see what
And then
happens.
45% cotton. So it's supposed to be good for people with wool allergies. And the colors are so wonderful.
They really are.
I love this. Here, I'm going to hold it. Well,
Here.
actually,
Let me help.
you hold these two.
I'll hold these
And
two.
I'll hold these two. Yeah.
Yeah, and they look like they're showing up on the screen. True.
Yeah. And I need 2 of one. So I have 2 of this green, and then a light green, and kind of a. One of them's wisteria and one's passion. The darker one is passion vine.
Yeah. Passion flower.
Or passion flower.
And this one's wisteria.
And then I've got lime. And this is called Coast. I'm not good at these words. Not the brand, but the base is Coast, and the color is lime. These are all Coast. And then this one's lemongrass. Anyway, I love these. They feel really nice.
They do. As a skein, or a brick, or cake, I guess.
Yeah, and I have heard, though, that this, because I saw someone else knit something with this, that this is really hard. It's kind of hard because it's a lot cotton.
Yeah, it's 45% cotton.
That it's really hard, but it really softens up when you block it. And so I'm going to get through making something, and I did buy some yarn. I don't know. I probably am not going to show it. We'll see. From Joann's.
Oh, from Joann's, it was
It's
totally acrylic.
All acrylic.
Right. That just seems like a fire hazard to me. Just, I don't know, acrylic, it just, man-made stuff.
Oh,
but,
and these are the
But the
needles.
colors are actually kind of nice. It's a colorway that's sort of nice.
I didn't have. I got some Addy circulars. I got a size US 1, 40-inch US 1, and a size 11,
That's
US
big.
11. This is for that acrylic.
Oh.
That I think will go really fast.
Yeah,
I want to
okay.
knit her something while it's still cold. But
And we'll show people what it looks like when it's done. And it'll, well, she's older. She's older than me. So, go figure. But I was the first child. But anyway, she wasn't a child bride. So she's always cold, and when they do get to go to church, the air conditioning's always cold, which I understand. It's, and hopefully they'll be able to go back to church again soon. And right now they've just been watching TV church.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, oh, so you get to see different architecture. And she's like, whatever.
I like all the Zoom stuff we have going on and seeing the different backgrounds. And it's interesting. Our news has been...
Everybody's
the
news.
Newscasters have been, like one of them reporting from a black room because her power was out. I guess luckily her laptop was working enough.
Well, because you have batteries in the laptop.
Yeah.
If it's been charged.
And then I guess it can support I guess the camera is plugged into it and the microphone. We didn't plug in our ring light.
Oh. It looks like it's...
Oh, we've got to start over.
No, we don't. Let's just get this done. It looks like it's okay. It's dark outside. We started after it was dark. We started after 5:30.
And then, this is still from Stephen Penelope. This is Ching fiber. That is... Oh, what else can I say about it?
Is it linen?
Yeah, this is linen. I can't see it saying that. It's such a small little label. Yeah, this is 100% linen.
They're really small skeins. Are they just like mini skeins? Or are they...
No, I don't think they're... Look at how fine.
Oh.
It's really fine. It's small.
Is it lace?
Yeah,
weight?
it's light fingering weight.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm going to see how it knits up if I have to use a smaller...
It is. Well, I guess it's linen. It feels like linen. It's coarser. It's not.
And again, I've heard that with blocking, it really softens.
Okay. But of course, if we just tell her that's if this is for her, I don't know.
Well, it's just linen. I mean,
just
that
linen,
won't.
right?
This one definitely. I wanted to get something that definitely wouldn't bother her.
Right.
And then this one, the Holst Garn, it says it's for that. And I have heard other places that the baby alpaca, the baby yarn wool doesn't have the scales and doesn't affect people.
In between the acrylic one you'll make for her and the linen one you'll make for her, she can try the baby wool if it works. Otherwise, she can give it back and we will distribute it another way. We'll find another home.
So these shawls that I'm making, I'm really... Now, we'll see if my show goes as planned in May.
Right.
Here in Dallas at Chris Worley Fine Arts. But the shawls that I've been making, except for the Rockefeller shawl I made
which
for
is
you,
mine.
Which is Hampton's.
And I have worn it this
I'm
week.
going to be using in the show at the gallery. I don't know if they'll be hanging on hangers or on the wall or what.
Or a mannequin.
But I want to kind of suggest that they could be wall hangings. They don't necessarily need to be pieces of clothing. But I want it to support the artwork because I'm using some of the same yarn and some of the stitches. I'm changing them a little bit to fit my Cube Network wood sculpture. But anyway, I also bought, keep it on going with Yarn Y'all, which we never saw. Yarn Y'all. We are out of practice.
Yeah, I know. This episode is just different. We didn't say Scooby-Doo and Hampton 2 at the beginning. We forgot that part. Okay.
Scooby-Doo.
Anyway.
Okay.
You did say the Artful Stitch.
The moment
so
has passed.
The moment's passed.
But
I just said it. We all
there's
said
some really beautiful colors. I don't want to take them out. I hope you can see them. There's kind of a gold and then a pink, kind of a rose pink and an olive and two kind of teal, kind of dark teal. and a couple other blues here, and it's for a painting bricks scarf. Whether I use it for that or not, that was what the kit was. So that is all the acquisitions.
Good.
And
there's all my new fabrics. Some are canvas.
Do you want to show any of them? Like maybe these women here.
Here, take those other things off. I'll just show these. I'll show a couple of these things here. Look, it's the Golden Girls, y'all. This is a canvas. I'm going to be making some bags with this canvas with the Golden Girls, because that'll be fun. With some kind of, I haven't figured out which of the fabrics here for interior yet. I don't know.
Oh, and this one's really cool. I love this one. Can I show this one?
You can show that one. I only have that one, so it's going to be something, probably a mini bag.
I like that. They look like lemurs or ring-tailed lemur. Is that what that's called?
And then also some other ones that I got.
Oh, right.
One of my girlfriends from high school, one of the few friends I've stayed in touch with all these years. She is an artist herself, and she does some fabric designs she goes by the name 13 Moons on her fabric designs, and on her paintings that she sells on a print site. I can't remember what that is at this point, but this you can get on
something.
These you can get on is it Spoon
Rocks.
Lily? I find it through Etsy, and then it goes to Spoonflower. That's what it is.
Spoonflower.
Spoonflower, where she designs.
Hey, Stormy.
These are French letters that she's put together.
Yeah, so she can.
Yeah,
I
it
guess
was
they've
musical.
got software on the site for her to.
Yeah, she said
create
it's
the fabric.
She said it's real easy. Oh,
What?
hey, Stormy,
Yeah, you stay off of that.
don't turn off the PC.
She already started it
Yeah.
prematurely. No, there you not. No,
There you go. That's Stormy.
we're recording. Didn't you see the sign on the door?
On air. And Simba's been running around chasing his mouse toy, which is just a toy, but that one, Stormy, has been bringing in, and oh my goodness.
You know, I wish I was prepared. We just had to get something out. I felt like
I
wanted people to know what was going on with us, that we haven't stopped thinking
okay.
about the podcast.
We haven't
and
stopped thinking. We haven't started thinking about all y'all and
knitting and creating. We have a new subscriber, and I wish I knew her name. That's usually I prepare a little bit and have a shout out to some
said,
new
let's
people.
hurry up and get this done while we got power.
But we have a new person here in Dallas that's watching us, and I forgot her name.
Well, look it up and put it in the credits.
Someone said she was almost late because she wanted to hear me play "Summertime" on episode 7.
Right.
That was nice, and I'm really hoping you weren't late.
You're right.
But that was our month, and hopefully we'll be getting back to a more
Month and a half,
normal
basically.
pandemic lockdown. That because we are still waiting on our shots.
We're registered all over the place, but we haven't gotten shots yet. But we're not 65 yet.
No,
We're not frontline workers. We're not medical staff. Whatever. We're registered.
and I am not 65 either.
You're not even 60.
I'm not 60, not quite. But I am considered obese, and not that that's something to be proud of, but I'll take it. If it gets me the shot sooner, I am
Right.
obese. I need help.
And I have a number of those comorbidity things that are on the list. But so, I don't need to be going on no respirators for sure. So, but anyway, in the meantime, we are staying out of crowds. We wear a mask when we go out.
Yeah.
We're trying to be safe.
All the freezes have put all the vaccination sites have closed down.
If I see people in a grocery aisle, I'll go to the next aisle till they're cleared it off, or else I'll give it a, little cough. And then it clears up, and then I get the aisle.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't do that. He thinks about it
I think
afterwards. Okay. So you know what? Let's sign out for this week.
Let's sign out.
And it's good to get something out here.
Yes, it is.
I hope to hear from you guys. We love new subscribers.
Love your comments.
Love
Thank
your
y'all.
comments and
Thanks
likes.
for checking in on us. We appreciate it. We really do. We just want to let you know we're here, we're safe, and we're doing okay.
Yep.
A lot better than a whole lot of people in this state. So
yep.
Thank you. Thank you all, and we'll see you again soon. Bye, y'all.